All right, good afternoon. I'm Drew Holley. I'm the CEO of BIS Benefits, joined today by Jesse Couch. We're going to just briefly talk about construction bonds. How do they work, Jesse? Does every construction company need it? If they're a general contractor, is it certain jobs? How does construction bonds work?
I would say that not every contractor needs bonds. There's a lot of companies like your service, electrician, or plumber that comes out to your house. They're typically not bonded. You may see licensed and bonded and insured on their truck, but that means like they're bonded if they stole something from your house. A surety bond, a construction surety bond, basically has two parts. The payment part, making sure that all your subcontractors and vendors get paid, and then the performance part, just meaning that the project gets finished, which sometimes general contractors can run into financial issues or disputes with the owners, and those jobs don't get finished. So that's when that bonding company would step in and finish that job.
Is it only commercial or is it residential as well?
It can be residential in the sense of like a multifamily, like a big apartment. So if you were doing like a new dorm for the University of Georgia, that's probably going to be a bonded job because it's got government money tied up into that. Mostly it's commercial jobs. Typically anything federal government, state government, local municipalities, those are all bonded jobs. If you were out there just building a warehouse and you wanted to rent it out, you're probably not going to make your general contractor get a surety bond because that's going to add a cost to your project.
So my wife and I built the deck in our backyard several years ago. We hired a contractor. I probably, at the time, this is 6 years ago, did not ask, hey, are you bonded? But essentially if they had a bond and they went belly up in the project, I would have been protected. Is that correct?
You'd have to get a bond for that specific project.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't have been getting it, that contractor.
Yeah, the owner requires it. You would be the owner in that situation. So
Right.
you would say, hey, general contractor, I need a bond for this job in case something happens. And they would issue a bond for that outdoor deck.
But that's pretty, you don't see that. It's not in that scenario. It's usually a school, a local city, county, even state and federal government. They're saying this is a big project, and because we're the stewards of other people's money, taxpayers, we want to make sure if we give you this $10 million or $50 million or $100 million project, that they've got reassurance if something happens.
Correct.
So contracts, if you're listening to this, don't get scared of I'm not bonded and I built the deck. That's generally not what you're seeing from homeowners. But maybe you're a contractor and you're doing business, and you want to go into a commercial world, or you have an in. If that happens, most likely a school or a city or county is going to require that they have that, correct?
Yep.
So if they've never had it before, what would you suggest? Wait until they, win the bid and then get it? Or what have you seen in the past?
I would recommend that you go ahead and find a qualified surety bond agent that you want to work with, because if you're telling them, hey, I want to go do a $5 million fire station, but my largest job is a $50,000 residential deck, I'd say you probably need to do some smaller commercial jobs before you're able to jump into that project size. So a lot of it has to do with your experience. So where we see it for the most part is a trade subcontractor doing large government type jobs, or it can be private, doesn't all have to be government. But the bigger they get, they just need to show proof that they are bonded. So having that bonding company underwrite you, saying you're approved up to $5 million, we can issue a letter to say that, hey, it's just like when you're shopping for a house and you give that homeowner, hey, I'm approved up to $1 million to buy this house. It's the same kind of thing. We can do that pre-approval so you kind of know what you're approved for. You're not wasting your time and just spinning your wheels doing something that you could never get a bond on.
And what I'm hearing, and if you're listening to this, there's a big difference between having an agent that understands, hey, what happens if the property, if this place burns down, or what happens if my employee gets injured, workers' comp. Construction bonds are kind of a niche in itself, and there are people that that's the sole thing they do, and there are people that are licensed to sell commercial insurance, but have very little to no experience on bonds. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
And how long have you been doing bonds?
20 years.
Okay, all right. Well, if you're listening to this and you need help, or maybe you need a new agent because of the bond experience you had last was not up to your standards, we would love to be a resource for you. Thank you, and have a great day.
Thank you.